Hi everyone, it is Thursday, August 28th, and I'm here with this week's CSA box. We are heavy into harvest season. If you watched my past few videos, we are getting a ton of food right now. It is so much fun, and it's a great time, working with it and seeing what I can do with all the different things. So let's dig in and see what's here. First, I have to tell you, it smells amazing, and I think it's due to this part here. This is our dill. Dill is coming in. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so wonderful. My mom used to make these steamed carrots with dill. I absolutely love it. I have not done that lately, so I'm definitely going to have to put that on the list. So many things that dill is good with. So we'll put that, I put it over here where I can have it separated and take care of it a bit. So, okay, next, cherry tomatoes. These are definitely a favorite here. I keep a bowl of cherry tomatoes on the table, just in the middle of the table for munching, easy to add to salads or walk by and grab a handful. Great healthy snacking there. We actually have some cherry tomatoes out in the garden as well. I obviously did not opt out of these just because we do go through them so much. And my garden, there's a lot that can be said about my garden. The cherry tomatoes are doing great and that's about it. So, but it's been a summer. So the garden was, optimistic. Let's say that, putting that in. So, okay, it was a practice in optimism. We'll do better again next year. So, okay, so we have this giant head of lettuce. I think this was one that I added because the family just absolutely loves salad. It's great to have, as I've said before, cleaned greens in the fridge where you can just pull the container out, grab a handful of lettuce, and there's your bowl of salad once you add some other things to it as well, but there's your base. So definitely included lettuce this time. Okay, now this is one of my favorites. I usually only see this for 1 week a year. I'm curious to see if it shows up again. Oh, nope, this isn't what I thought, sorry. That is further down what I was thinking. Okay, so here we have basil, and they actually mentioned this as pesto, for pesto specifically on the list. Let me see what she called it. This is our little cheat sheet that came with it. What did she call the basil? Because I really like the way she referred to it. Big pesto bunch. There we go. The big pesto bunch. So this is a lot of basil and looking forward to definitely making some pesto with this because we love our pesto around here. Okay. I've been keeping the basil in jars, just in mason jars here around the stove. So as I cook, because if you don't have it in front of you, you don't always think about it and don't always remember. So I've been keeping it in jars right here. And then as I cook, whether it be pasta or whatever, basil will be good with, I, tear off a few leaves, break them up into whatever I'm cooking. So it keeps it, right front and center and easy to use. Okay, tomatoes, more tomatoes. And it is tomato season, guys. These are coming in very strong right now. And you can see what I'm getting here. And this is just the regular box. We got a couple pounds just as part of our regular harvest, our regular share. But then one of the owners of the farm emailed us later and said, guys, the tomatoes are really starting to come in. We're starting to offer bulk tomatoes. So I did order an additional 20 pounds of tomatoes. I'm not going to pull those out because they have their own box and they would take up a ton of space, but I'm really hoping to slice them and send them through the dehydrator this weekend and get them ready for the cold weather. So, and then see how we're going to use that throughout the winter. We have peppers. So peppers are coming in. These are going to be great for things like stuffed peppers. I'm going to be doing a recipe demo pretty soon over on my business site for stuffed peppers. So this will be perfect for that. I might also chop some up and dehydrate them for soups over the winter. So we've got some green peppers there, and then we've got the longer colored peppers. What else do we have? Okay, I got more down here, so here we go. Okay, and we have our rainbow chard. So this will be great for us. This will probably go into a sog. So we love sog, so that'll be made into sog. We have a couple of zucchini here. I think these are starting to slow down a bit as we get later into summer. but we do have the 2 big zucchini there. Another pepper that was hiding. We've got some scallions. These I added, much like I did the lettuce. I've mentioned before that our CSA is customizable. So each week we get a list of what we can anticipate, but that we can also go into our account and take out things that we don't want and add things that we do want. So we can do some trade. We can add things on and pay, a little bit extra that week. So that's an option. So this is one thing I added for this week. I think we've got, just the one of those. And what I took off was fennel. We have given fennel so many chances in our house, and we just, it's not a favorite around here. So rather than waste it, I took the fennel off and added, like I said, the scallions and the lettuce. Onions are coming in. I think we saw some of these last week as well. So we're seeing more. Last week we got the red onions. This week we're adding some yellow. That'll be great, especially, I don't know about you, but we're getting some cooler weather here in central New York. So I'm starting to think about soups. And actually after this, I'll be recording a soup demo that I'll be posting later in a couple weeks. So you can look forward to that. It unfortunately won't use the fresh produce. That's a whole nother topic I'll be addressing that week. So you'll have to stay tuned and see. Spaghetti squash. This is one of those things where, I don't know if you've had spaghetti squash before, but when you cook it and you cut it open, it breaks apart like spaghetti strands. So it's so much fun. It's great. It's like a great gluten-free option for when you're doing pasta. And the easiest way I have found to do spaghetti squash is in the pressure cooker. Just do a couple pokes, cook it in the pressure cooker, cut it open. The absolute easiest way to do that, because I know it's a winter squash. We're starting to get into the hard squashes there. So okay, and finally, this is what I was looking forward to. I only usually see it maybe once a week here, or 1 week out of the season, and that is our edamame. Fresh edamame is just so amazing. And usually I've done 2 different farms now, and this is how it comes to us. It comes to us on the plants. And so this is something, you Netflix and chill, right? So you put something on one of your streaming platforms, and you pull off the pods, and you can either steam them whole, or we'll break them open and cook up the edamame. So that looks like it's it for this week. Yep, that's our harvest for this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments or send me a message. If you have any recipe ideas, please feel free to share those in the comments as well. Like the edamame, I like to use it in sushi bowls, or just for noshing on. Tomatoes, we do lots of things. I did a chickpea salad in a tomato bowl earlier this week. And we're also using them on burgers and salsa and bruschetta, which uses the basil as well. So lots and lots of possibilities here. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.